Everybody knows the story of Shaka Zulu, the illegitimate son of Senzangakona, the chieftain of the Zulu clan, and how he was exiled during his childhood, only to come back years later as a conqueror. We all know how adult Shaka disposed of his father's successor to become the new chieftain of the Zulus, and how he built the Zulu clan into a powerful empire. Everybody knows the story of Shaka Zulu and how he introduced the military reforms that he used with his superior tactics to crush all his enemies, both within and outside of his nation. We all know of Shaka, who avenged his mother Nandi's poor treatment for having him as an illegitimate child, resulting in his own troubled and nomadic childhood. We have all heard of how the Zulu people were forced into a year-long mourning period for his mother's death. During this time, even agricultural production was put on halt. No form of pleasure should be seen to have been taking place. The story even goes to say that women who fell pregnant during that period were put to death, together with their lovers. We all know of Shaka Zulu, whose rapid military expansion is often fingered as the one most significant cause of the Difaqane wars. We all know of how Shaka was eventually assassinated by his own brothers to rid his now expanding empire of what had turned into a ruthless, maniacal tyrant. But what most people do not know is the story of the man who made Shaka's story possible. The story of Shaka's mentor and role model, who rescued him from the turmoil and torment of his childhood and turned him into a captain and later general in his own imperial army. The story of Dingiswayo Gajobe of the Mthethwa, the man who made it all possible. Before we proceed, please remember to like and share this video, and kindly subscribe to the channel for more educational content like this. Dingiswayo, visionary leader of the Mthethwa clan, was a pivotal figure in the history of Southern Africa. Although his reign was tragically brief, his legacy continues to resonate through the impact that he had on the region, and most significantly on Shaka Zulu. Dingiswayo wasn't just a king, he was a visionary. He saw the potential for unity and strength in the fragmented Nguni tribes of Southern Africa. He forged alliances, reformed welfare tactics, and laid the groundwork for what eventually became the Zulu Empire. Around 1760, Dingiswayo inherited the Mthethwa kingdom from his father. It was a small, struggling tribe at the time. But Dingiswayo was not content with simply maintaining the status quo. He dreamed of uniting the Nguni kingdoms, and he set out to achieve this through diplomacy and military innovation. Determined to realize his vision, Dingiswayo employed a two-pronged approach: diplomacy and military innovation. He established alliances through treaties and intermarriages, building a network of allies and solidifying his influence. He built a network of allies through treaties and intermarriage, expanding his influence and consolidating his power. He recognized the potential in young Shaka Zulu, the then prince of the Zulu tribe, and took him under his wing. Dingiswayo mentored Shaka, teaching him his military tactics and leadership skills. Simultaneously, he revolutionized military warfare. Dingiswayo's military reforms were revolutionary. Among other things, he reorganized his army into flexible regiments, enabling them to maneuver and outflank their enemies with devastating and speedy efficiency. Those changes increased his army's mobility and lethality, making them a force to be reckoned with. The unsung hero. Most of these innovations and reforms have been attributed to Shaka, almost erasing Dingiswayo's name from the historic significance it bears. These innovations made Dingiswayo's army one of the most formidable forces in the region. He used his power to maintain peace and stability, but wasn't afraid to use force where necessary. He conquered numerous tribes, but was also known to integrate them into his growing empire, granting them autonomy and fostering a sense of unity. Dingiswayo's leadership was not just about conquest. He understood the importance of integrating conquered people into his empire, granting them autonomy and fostering a sense of unity. He believed in the strength that lay in unity, not just brute force. His vision expanded beyond just his own tribe. Recognizing the potential that young Shaka Zulu had, Dingiswayo took him under his wing, mentored him in military tactics and leadership. This mentorship played a critical role in shaping Shaka Zulu to become the legendary warrior king that he became. Using his authority as overlord of many chiefdoms, including the Zulu, Dingiswayo assisted Shaka to dispose of his half-brother, who had recently succeeded their father as the chieftain of the Zulu clan. From this position of power, Shaka was able to consolidate his own influence among the Zulus while continuing to serve as a general in the larger army of Dingiswayo and the Mthethwa. Unfortunately, Dingiswayo's reign was tragically cut short. He was felled in battle by his death enemy Zwide, Galanga, in 1817, leaving his empire unfinished. However, the seeds sowed by him continued to grow, and his legacy lived on through Shaka Zulu. Shaka took Dingiswayo's ideas and expanded them, transforming the Zulu kingdom into a now powerful empire that dominated Southern Africa for many decades. Shaka, a general in Dingiswayo's army, succeeded him as overlord of the Mthethwa kingdom and its subjects. But he also rose amongst his own people, the Zulu kingdom, to become the principal tribe. He removed the federal system that Dingiswayo had, where each subject group employed or enjoyed autonomy, and replaced it with a single imperial government, forcing everyone under him to identify as Zulu. The stories of Dingiswayo and Shaka are intertwined and bear a significant resemblance of each other. Both were born sons of chieftains of fairly small Nguni kingdoms. Both men were banished from their fathers' chiefdoms by their fathers. Both endured long suffering as a result of this banishment. Both returned years later and deposed of their brothers who had succeeded their fathers as the chieftains. Both became powerful military strategists and conquerors. Both shared an arch-enemy in Zwide of the Ndwandwe. The main difference is that Dingiswayo was a more diplomatic man who, despite all his military prowess, always favored negotiation over bloody conquest. Shaka, on the other hand, wanted all-out war and wanton death. Although Shaka did sometimes employ Dingiswayo's tactics of incorporating conquered people into his army, he was known for surrounding his enemies and slaughtering them in what is famously known as his bullhorn attack formation. Dingiswayo was born Gondongwana, son of the Mthethwa chieftain Jobe Kakai. As a young man, tired of his father's approach to chieftaincy, he, together with his young brother Tanga, plotted to overthrow him. The coup attempt was unsuccessful and the brothers were forced to flee for their lives. Tana died in the ensuing manhunt, but Gondongwana was able to escape, albeit terribly injured. He was left for dead, but managed to find refuge amongst peoples who took him and nursed him back to health. His next several years were marred with sufferance and struggle. This is why he renamed himself to Dingiswayo, the needful exile. This pseudonym also helped him hide the fact that he was still alive, in case his father's loyalists still sought him. During his exile, Dingiswayo never lost the dream of returning home to claim the Mthethwa throne and lead his people in the direction that he felt would benefit them for generations to come. He traveled a lot and learned much. He intermingled with people from different Nguni cultures, such as the Qwabe, where his sister was queen, and the Hlubi, and those outside of the Nguni realm, including different Tswana peoples, the Tsonga, the European settlers, amongst others. His travels took him as far west as the Cape Colony and as far eastward as the Delgoa Bay in modern-day Mozambique. Dingiswayo was said to have been the first Eastern Nguni monarch to acquire a horse and a gun, which he obtained during the course of his travels. Armed with these European advantages, ambition, and a lot of military strategy, he rode back to his father's land upon hearing news of his death. He took over as the new Mthethwa chieftain in a bloodless coup over his recently installed younger brother. Dingiswayo's story is one of vision, innovation and leadership. He was a remarkable figure who changed the course of history. The impact on Shaka Zulu and the Zulu nation was immense, and the legacy continues to inspire generations today. Dingiswayo's life may have been cut short, but his impact was profound. He was a visionary leader and military innovator and a mentor that shaped the destiny of the future king. He left behind a legacy of unity, strength and innovation, and warfare that continues to inspire generations today. Like this video and subscribe to this channel for more such content.